Echo, can you talk like Yoda?
Speak like Yoda I cannot. Master he is, while merely apprentice I am.
So my friend Stacey Robinsmith, who you might know from A Dad in the Burbs, he recently started a podcast over on Anchor. I'll leave a link in the video description below.
Hey folks, Stacy here, StaceyRobinsmith.com.
And one of his most recent episodes, he asked himself what advice he would have given to a younger version of himself. And what he ended up deciding on was that he should have invested in more property. He had an opportunity to buy a condo in Whistler, an acreage in South Surrey, and a Riverview house in New West. If he managed to buy all three of those, he'd probably be a very rich man today. Vancouver real estate is crazy. So listening to that podcast really got me thinking about what advice I would have given to a younger version of me, maybe 15 years ago. So here are 3 or 4 pieces of advice that I would have told a 22-year-old Michael. 20-year-old Michael. My math is good. Learn to play an instrument. I learned a few things kind of when I was going through school. I started with a recorder, after moving on to a ukulele, a guitar, and the keyboard. But I never really pursued any of those specifically, and truth be told, I'm quite terrible at music, but I do enjoy it. And maybe that's what drew me into video games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. So, younger Michael, I know that you think that you're busy, but try to find the time and learn to play an instrument. Take a formal writing course. It might surprise some of you to learn that even though I make my living as a freelance writer, and I have been doing that for over a decade now, I've never actually taken a formal official writing course. I learned mostly on my own, as well as kind of tangentially through my academic training. I have a degree in psychology and English literature, so I read a lot and I wrote a lot, but I never really took a course specifically about the mechanics or the style of writing. I don't know if I'd ever actually pursue writing fiction. I think I'm pretty bad at that, but I would be interested in taking a writing course to try to build my storytelling skills and more of a, I guess you could say, more in a creative non-fiction kind of way. Express gratitude, be kind, be selfless. I took a lot of things for granted, and I guess on some level I still do, and I could be extremely unkind to people who were really just trying to help me. And I'm obviously not proud of that, and I'm working on improving that. But yeah, note to my younger self, be more grateful to the people that are around you, the people that are trying to support you. Do it sooner. Do it sooner. Do it sooner. Maybe it's because of a fear of commitment. Maybe it's a fear of missing out, the FOMO of it all. But I put off some life decisions for a period of time, kind of unnecessarily, and I wish I could have made those decisions sooner. I wish I could have been more decisive. The two that really stick out in my mind is choosing to go down on one knee and propose to my now wife. Probably should have done that sooner. And if I had done that sooner, we probably would have become parents sooner as well. Becoming a dad has been a very scary and very frustrating experience, but it's also one of the most rewarding. And I think that even though I probably didn't feel ready for it at the time, and I probably don't feel ready for it now, it has been one of the most rewarding things in my life, and I think I put it off unnecessarily. So advice to a younger version of myself, don't be so scared to make that leap of faith, just do it. And really, at the end of the day, it's still not too late now. Despite what I might think about having my midlife crisis and everything, I've still got time. So if I choose to learn how to play an instrument, I can still do that. I can still choose to take a creative writing course. I can still choose to express my gratitude. I just have to decide to act with intent and not be so hard on myself. I think that's a lesson we can all take home, whether to our younger selves, our current selves, and probably a reminder for our future selves too. And so I guess that wraps things up. Thanks so much for tuning back in this week for another vlog, and I'll be back in 7 days. Until then, I'm still Michael Kwan, and you guys stay awesome. Peace. Peko, tell me a Star Wars joke.
What's the internal temperature of a tauntaun? Lukewarm. What do you call the pilot of the Millennial Falcon? Hans Yolo. Why can't you email a photo to a Jedi? Because, for Jedi, attachments are forbidden.